Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. In the last episode, a lot of stuff happened. Maya was accused of murder because in the middle of a spirit channeling session, it seems that she mistakenly channeled the violent spirit of someone who wanted vengeance upon one of her clients, and as such has gotten involved in a murder. So we're here to prove her innocence, of course, because she's a good friend of ours, and we believe she's innocent. So let's get right into it. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. And for those of you who weren't here for the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series, the first game in this series, this is the final boss of that game, and we defeated him. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Is this Pearly? Oh, it is. Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then, you came all the way by yourself? Yep. I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. Oh my god. That's like, oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Would he? I guess he would. Yeah, we've butted heads with Edgeworth a lot, and he was... I guess he was never, like, mean to Maya. So yeah, I guess that's true. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd only seen him yesterday. I miss this music. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle up until the very end. I mean, we only went up against him like twice, right? It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, not gonna lie, half of me thought that Von Karma's successor would be Edgeworth, but then, because Von Karma was Edgeworth's mentor, but that doesn't really make any sense, because at the end of the last game, he had, like, this kind of redemption arc. So... Oh. I got a glimpse of who we're going up against just now in the wide shot, but Edgeworth is gone. Okay, I'm sure we'll get more details onto that later, but I'm not exactly sure what that means just right now. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Yeah, I guess that's Von Karma's successor, right? She definitely takes on his aesthetic. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... I'm talking. Oh yeah, I mean, that'll win you points over with the jury and the judge. Just whip them. If you interrupt me again, my whip will do the speaking for me. What? Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg you. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Now, of course there's a lot of suspension of disbelief that you can have in this game. Because, yeah, obviously this isn't how a real trial would go down, but I can't... The whip, like, are we just gonna ignore that? Like, what the hell? Like, even with, like, so in the canon of this game, in this game's world, all trials need to be finished in, like, 3 days or something like that, and I can, like, suspend my disbelief with that. But, like, she's whipping the judge and me, like, is no one gonna talk about that? Alright, whatever. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. I mean, your dad is doing like a really perfect job rotting in a jail cell right now, so I don't know how true that is. The defendant, Maya Fey, will have no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Of course. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that was self-defense, but... I mean, that would still implicate Maya as guilty. Yeah, exactly. The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Oh, don't curtsy at me. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Gumshoe. Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Why are you whipping him? Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber had no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. I also feel like you're not supposed to say that as a judge, but what do I know? Okay, we got the floor plans, cool. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. I'm surprised she didn't whip him. Alright, Von Karma, let's do this. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. It's a bit of overkill. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point-blank range. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. We're going to press on why the victim was shot, or stabbed and shot, because that's just... Yeah, why would you do that? That seems a bit overkill to me. Stabbed, and what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see, and whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, Ugh, this does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wounds are severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. Murder used a pistol. The fit took him off for just stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Doesn't matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I feel like it does matter. Okay, try to learn more about the murder weapons, okay. Let's press... The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on the pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints. There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant Maya Faye's were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ugh, I walked right into her hands there. Point blank range. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Oh my god. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? That is loaded language, Judge, even in the face of all this overwhelming evidence. My god. It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. Jeez. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. I mean, yeah, I guess it's only been like 7.5 minutes. So, I mean, I guess you've been keeping track. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. I'm gonna stick with my guns. Just stick to not guilty. I really doubt they would have any gameplay changes in that either, so... If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. Yeah, I guess. After the trial, Mao's life will be ruined and she will be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached the conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of the testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Alright, and we'll hear about that in the next episode. So a lot of stuff went down today. We met Von Karma's successor. We got news on Edgeworth, who's apparently gone. I don't know what that means. I don't think he's dead. I think it's more like he took a break from prosecuting. But which would be good news because he always wanted to be a defense attorney since he was a little kid. But the way Phoenix said it made me think that there was that there was a worse connotation. So I'm sure we'll get more insight into that as the game progresses. But yeah, in the next episode, we'll pick up right here and see what the incriminating evidence is. So until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then.